We going in ham, guys. We gotta get everywhere. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a video of how I cover my acne with makeup. At first I came to YouTube to just learn how to apply foundation. I didn't know how to apply foundation. I didn't know which products to use. I didn't know anything. So I came to YouTube researching everything. Then I learned also that makeup was very therapeutic for me, and I like just sitting there for hours on end just testing different foundations. For a lot of people it's like doing different eyeshadows and eye looks, and for me it was like, oh, how can I cover my acne? Which sounds crazy, like it wouldn't be very fun, but it was fun for me because I was finally finding things that worked for me. So wanted to say that you are beautiful with or without the makeup. So if this is just something that's gonna make you feel a little bit more confident in your own skin, then makeup is totally fine, and don't let anybody tell you anything differently. This is how I cover up my acne. I am on month 2 of Accutane right now, and I have dry skin, whereas literally a month ago I had the oiliest skin ever. So I'm kind of transitioning into trying to like learn about more hydrating products, but I'm also in a transition period where my skin is going crazy. It's peeling, it's bad. You guys can see, like I don't need to explain it. But I hope this video is helpful for you. I really want this to be a safe space for people, so please be nice in the comments. So the first thing when you have acne and putting makeup over it is making sure that the skin underneath is primed and ready to go. Used a couple squirts of this daily moisturizing lotion on my skin. Just making sure it's really hydrated and protected. And as you can see behind me, it's daylight out right now, so I need to put sunscreen on. So I used this Aveeno sunscreen. Now I'm going to be putting primer on my skin to kind of create like a base layer, try to get a little more even texture. So right now I'm kind of experimenting with this marshmallow primer. I'll put all these products on the screen so you guys can see what it is. If you guys try this, it smells really good. It reminds me of something, but I'm not really sure what that is. We are just really rubbing this in. And yes, I'm gonna go all the way down my neck because yes, I have acne all the way down my neck. So we are going to be bringing foundation all the way down. All right, I feel smooth. So this has a silky texture to it. It has some slip. I feel hydrated. I want to show you guys my favorite primer. If you have oily skin, you guys gotta try it. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. You guys, if you have oily skin, this will keep the makeup on. Yep, it will. I am going to kind of spot conceal. I'm just gonna do on my really red spots. I'm going to, just like I put the primer on the back of my hand just for sanitary reasons, I'm gonna do the same thing with the concealer and put it on the back of my hand. I'm using Shape Tape. It's full coverage and it used to work on my oily skin, so I still use it. So let's do this. On the back of my hand, I'll probably end up needing more. I'll just put it on right now, might as well, right? You guys, this is kind of nerve-wracking because I'm gonna look into my mirror right here and I'll just kind of like explain as we go along. So this is kind of nerve-wracking for me because I think people are gonna be like, oh, that's a lot of makeup that you're putting on, and I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of makeup. I have a lot of acne to cover, and like showing somebody your routine or showing the whole world your routine is just kind of nerve-wracking, but it's also exciting because then I get to help people if they are struggling with trying to find ways to cover up their acne. We going in ham, guys. We gotta get everywhere. But for now, I kind of just dotted it on, and then you're gonna kind of just blend out around it. And you can also use a sponge for this too. Idea is to kind of keep the most coverage in the inside and then kind of blend out with. We're looking a little crazy right now, I know, but trust me, we'll get there. It's all a process. You gotta trust the process, and also just practice, you guys. Like, I literally had to practice so much, and I looked crazy my first couple of times too, just because like I had spots everywhere, but honestly, you'll learn. I got my Real Technique sponge. This thing is huge. Like, look how big it is. It's crazy. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is kind of blend around the edges of the little acne dots that I made and just kind of like blend it out and smooth it out, so when we put the foundation over, it won't be like a blank white spot there. So let's do that right now. You guys notice right now, like obviously the acne is still poking through. That's why we're gonna go in with the foundation just to give us one big blank slate to work off of. So let's do that. Okay, so my favorite foundation, I'm gonna show you what it is, but that doesn't mean you need to spend this much money on foundation. There are plenty of drugstore foundations that have full coverage that work just as well. But for me, this foundation like single-handedly like pulled me through with my acne and being able to cover it, and I feel like it matches pretty well too to my skin, which as you can tell now, my chest is red, my face is red, that's because of the Accutane, and then my neck is pretty fair. This is the Chanel Ultra Le Teint Foundation. Oh man, you guys, I love this. I love this so much. Like, I know it's $60, but you guys, it's just so good. My hand again, we're just gonna squirt 2 pumps. Honestly, might end up using more, I don't know. Alrighty, so I have a Real Techniques foundation brush right here. So as you notice, I am just patting, and giving that coverage. So this is why I like to use a brush. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, already, this is our first, I haven't even tapped it in all the way. Like, that's awesome. This foundation is awesome. We're gonna go all the way down our neck, because honey, not only do we need to match, but we got acne on our neck, so let's cover it. So right here, I have a very bad dry patch. So that'll be fun to cover. And we're just tapping. Like, the colors are bad, huh? Look at that. We're getting there. We're getting there. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. So I'm going to go in with another pump of this just to kind of build up the coverage. I mean, it's already full coverage, but I just like to have a little bit more on the areas where it's poking through. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I'm to a point now where I'm happy with where the coverage is at. We're kind of just letting it set down a little bit and dry. I still have some concealer on the back of my hand, so I'm going to use it to kind of highlight, so go under my eyes a little bit and maybe down the bridge of my nose. Like, of course it's going to look textury because I have a lot of texture, but I'm happy with where the coverage is at right now. Sometimes I don't put as much coverage on my forehead because I like the little freckles to poke through, but let's continue. Okay, so here's the concealer. Just kind of dot this on. I'm gonna look in my mirror so I could blend it. See how it kind of just go right in the eye? I got pretty bad dark circles, and also I didn't sleep very well last night because my dog was crying at 4:30 in the morning to go potty, so I had to get up, and then he also was crying at like 6 a.m. to go potty, so I'm a little tired, one could say, but it's all good because I love him. Okay, we're gonna do the other eye. I'm gonna get a little bit more concealer to put on the tip of my nose real quick. And with my sponge, just kind of smooth things out a little. You don't always have to use just a brush or just a sponge. You can use a combination of both to kind of smooth and sculpt however you want it to be. This is where we're at right now. We're going to powder to set the makeup and then also add a little bit of coverage back in. This Wet n Wild Photofocus translucent powder. And I'm gonna kind of like build the coverage and set my makeup with this. This might be one of my favorite steps because I feel like powder just makes everything better. Just sets the makeup, it blurs it. Our face is set right now and I'm happy with the coverage. Of course, I still have some acne peeking through there. I mean, I have very severe cystic acne. I mean, that's why I'm on Accutane, but I'm happy where it's at and I feel just a little bit more normal, I guess. Having a, you know, pretty smooth base and a blank slate to go off of. So here is where you can add your bronzer and your blush. I'm going to do that, probably just speed it up a little bit, and then I'll show you my last step for my base. I'm going to be using the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer right now, and I have a very round face, so I'm just gonna try to chisel cheekbones that I don't have. You could totally stop at this step, but one thing I have learned with my acne is I just used to do this like a full coverage face, and then it's like, okay, well, where's like the color back in your skin? Like, obviously we're covering our skin so it doesn't look as much like skin, but I found adding in the bronzer and the blush really makes you look a little more natural, I guess. It just kind of adds more dimension to the face so it's not just one-sided, I guess. And I do mine a little bit above cheekbone just because I feel like it lifts my face a little bit more. This is something that I have experimented with. A lot of people like go like this and will do a straight line right there, but I find that lifting it up just a teeny bit more, like right above my ear, kind of gives me that dimension that I like. Let's go around, kind of tap, 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 and blend. Guys, it's amazing what bronzer can do for you. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Also, don't forget this, you guys. If you are bronzing and blushing, make sure to go down your neck with that color too. A girl at Ulta that worked there taught me to go down like right here, like, see those lines to kind of like give yourself more of a neck. Oh man, guys, I'm looking a little red. That's just anxiety. Cover that up. Go right here. down the neck. So we're all blended. Alrighty guys, so I think, oh actually I forgot, I just do just a little bit down the bridge of my nose. I don't do like a full. Right, we're getting somewhere, woo! Okay, so now let's blush. Let's blush. This is the Tarte blush, and it's in the color Exposed. It's the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. I really enjoy Tarte's products, like the Amazonian Clay line. There's one of their foundations that I really like from their line that I use. Another thing, so people like to put blush right here, boop, 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 but not me. I like to kind of just go over the contour and kind of like drag my face up. I know this is kind of like a TikTok trend now, but I've been doing this for as long as I have been putting blush on my face. So I just feel like it's very more flattering on round face shapes, and it kind of just like draws the eye up. So let's do that. And just tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Kind of just go back in. I'm so sorry you guys if I'm sniffling this whole time. With the Accutane, it has weirdly either made my nose so incredibly dry to the point where it's like itching and burning, or it's just running. Like I feel like it's trying to like lubricate my nose. It's really weird side effect that I've had, so I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. You probably noticed that in the last couple of my videos, but that's the reason why. Makes me feel a little bit more confident when I do wear makeup. I haven't been wearing that much makeup lately because I've been working from home, and there's just like, I guess, no need to wear makeup. Plus I'm trying to let my skin breathe while I'm on the Accutane. So I've been wearing makeup maybe like once a week, if that. So this is the final step that I like to do. It kind of melts everything in place. It kind of like morphs the bronzer and the blush together and the powders, and just gives you like a nice flat base. So I am going to use, I really like the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I really like this fine mist. everyone, this is the finished look. I wanted to show you what it looks like in natural lighting. I'm on the outside of my garage right now just because it is so bright out right now. But I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. So I wanted to go over real quick the steps. Don't forget to prepare your skin really well. So use lots of moisturizer and use a right primer for your skin type to kind of smooth everything out with the texture. And then the next thing is to choose a full coverage foundation and concealer that works well with you. And then my third tip would be just blend everything into the skin, blend it down your neck so it looks more natural. And then also set it with a pretty fine powder so that it kind of melts everything together. And then don't forget your setting spray and kind of morph everything together. Well, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, comment them down below and I'll try to answer them if I can. And thank you guys so much for the support. Remember, you guys are beautiful with and without the makeup. And I hope you guys have the best day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification so you can see my next video that comes up. Bye guys.